Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris Bauer. I'm a sales representative for Bayer Crop Science in the Central and North Florida territory. The customer that I am trying to sell my product to today is Bullock, who is a local peanut farmer from just outside of Gainesville, Florida, in the small town of Williston, Florida. Mr. Bullock and his family have been peanut farmers in Williston for 3 generations, and he has made big plans to significantly expand their operation to become a lot larger. Mr. Bullock is the main operations manager for the expansion, and I'm here today to sell him a production and overview program that Bayer has just marketed to large farm operations for peanuts. The 2 handling objections that I was assigned are boomerang and agree and neutralize, and the closing strategy is a special deal close.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bullock.
How's it going?
Pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Yep, nice to meet you too. Have a seat.
Put my computer right over here. Well, we've had numerous talks on the phone, but it's great to finally sit down with you today and talk about the plans that Bayer has for your expanding operation.
Yeah, we have had many conversations. It is really good to sit down with you. I'm looking forward to see what you have to offer me.
So I hear your son just won the local ranch rodeo in Williston this past weekend.
Yeah, he sure did. He's had they've had a good show this year. Been working really hard, and it finally paid off for him for the first time in a while. I'm a pretty proud father.
Wow, that's great. I can only imagine the excitement going through yours and his body when he got the gold. I rode a bull once in my life, and it wasn't one that had a beating heart. It was a mechanical bull, and to be completely honest, I don't know how they do it. It takes a lot of heart to get on a 2,000-pound bull and ride it for 8 seconds at the risk of your life.
Yeah, I was, and I still am very proud of him. It was a great experience for him as well as for me. He's always had a lot of heart, but his mother's never been real fond of that.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta let the kids run free and do what they love.
Yeah, that's right. That sure is what he likes, riding them bulls.
That's awesome. Well, I just wanted to give you a little company background for Bayer. Bayer has been thriving in the agricultural industry for over 150 years. We started our roots in Germany. Our purpose is to propel farming's future. We seek to do so based on our 4 different criteria, which are listed on our website: connecting the dots from seed to shelf, cultivating ideas and answers, helping to feed a hungry planet, and inviting fresh perspectives. We have one of the leading crop specialists in the country with the latest research, and by providing farmers with the top-of-the-line crop plans to increase yield and decrease waste. I also just wanted to give you a little insight on my future, or my history. I graduated from the University of Florida 5 years ago. I've been working for Bayer for 5 years.
Go Gators.
Oh, you graduated from Florida also?
Yeah, I went there 4 years ago.
Awesome, awesome. So I hear you and your partner, Mr. Davis, are planning a huge expansion on your peanut operation. What are your biggest worries about this expansion?
Yeah, we've been doing small expansions since 2010, but we're in the process of clearing and getting ready 300 more acres to begin planting in the fall. Our biggest worry is our yield. We've had great yields over the years, but we also have had a lot of waste, and we want to cut down on that waste as much as possible.
Okay, so I see you do have very big plans that are coming up fast in the future. I'm glad to see that you chose to sit down with me and go over what Bayer has to offer for you. We have a great package put together for you and ensure that your expansion will thrive to the best yield that you have ever experienced. Would you like to hear what Bayer has to offer for you?
Yeah, sure. Proceed. I'm interested to know what y'all have for me.
Okay, cool. Well, first we will discuss the new program that Bayer features, which protects your peanuts from known plant concerns. This program offers ways of keeping the plants as safe as possible so they can be productive as possible during the planting season. The benefit of this program is that it offers seed treatments and applied chemicals through the entire season to maximize production as much as possible. I would like to show you a thing on our website that illustrates this. Here's a piece of paper that you can look at that shows the chart that I'm about to show you. Well, if you go to BayerCropScience.us, come over here on the top bar and go to Crops, and down to Peanuts, it'll bring you to this application chart. You can see that your crops will be guarded from anything all the way through the season, from early to late. And there's one insecticide called Belt that you will be applying throughout the season. You'll also, in the middle of the season, be applying an insecticide called Vaporod XL. That is due because in the middle of the season is when your crops are going to be most opportune to insects that are going to harm your plants. Then we have a seed treatment called Trillex, which we apply early in the season because that's when your seeds are most susceptible to being at harm also. We have fungicides that are going to be throughout the season until middle of the late. We have one fungicide that's going to be early. It's called Proline. And then we have 3, Absolute, Provost, and Stratego. that goes in the middle of the weight. We don't want to be applying fungicides all the way through the process because we want to give your peanuts time to produce as much as possible.
Awesome. Looks like a pretty good, well thought out program.
Yeah, you can see that this program, your crops will be protected throughout the entire season. Well, can you see, Mr. Bullock, that your crops will be protected throughout the season and that this would make for more productive yield of your peanuts?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Mr. Bullock, now that I have demonstrated that we can help your farm and its crop protected, would you be interested in placing an order to start this program today?
I just have a few concerns. I see it as a good program, but I don't feel like we'll have enough manpower at our farm to ensure that all the programs are used correctly.
So you're worried that you will not have enough manpower at your farm to ensure that all of your program's needs are used correctly, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I understand where you're coming from. It is normal for people to pose that problem. However, the reason you should use this program is because we will have staff on hand at any time to make sure that you're applying and using the correct applications of your sprays. Since you always have one of our techs on hand, you can ensure that no problem will arise that will not help be as much beneficial to your program as possible. Does that get rid of any opposing problems that you have?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Mr. Bullock, the second thing I would like to point out would be that with our program, how much your harvest per yield would increase if you stick to this program. Although our cost per acre would be higher per acre than competitors, it will increase your yield substantially. This is backed by scientific observations.
Do you have something I could look at that would illustrate it for me?
Yes, I do, actually. You could, if you look at this, you see the programs we're using, traditional, Syngenta, and Bauer. And the cost per acre for traditional is $825 compared to Syngenta, which is $855. But ours is, of course, higher, like we stated, $875. But then when you come over here to the yield per acre, the traditional use is going to be 4,300 pounds compared to Syngenta, which is 4,800 pounds. And then ours, which is substantially higher than theirs, which is 5,200 pounds. Which in the long run, if you look at the profits, our profits are going to be almost $1,000 more. Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, it's pretty interesting. With this illustration, it's very clear that it would be a good program to try to put into play.
Yes, it is, and there's farmers in the area that can vouch for our program. Although this illustration gives you a rough estimate of the possible profits, after the initial costs are paid, there's plenty of potential for more profits to be accumulated.
Yeah, I can see where that's a definite possibility.
Well, Mr. Bullock, now that you can see that our company offers a program that has potential to create more profit than other programs available to you, would you be willing to buy this program from us today?
Well, I actually still have one question that's been bothering me and keeping me from being stuck on this product. I just don't know if I can afford the higher startup costs.
So you're not sure if you can afford the high cost of starting this program, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. It's very high initial cost related to other competitors' programs, but if you go back to the illustration, the cost per acre in relation to profit, it shows that with our program, you will have higher yields in the long run, which will come out on top with the higher profits than other farmers that use the competitors' program. Our company would also be willing to set up a deferred payment program, allowing you to pay for your program's costs once you have harvested the first crop.
When you explain it that way, it makes a little more sense, yeah.
So does that resolve the problem with the high startup costs?
Oh yeah, definitely, thank you.
Well, Mr. Bullock, now I'll go over again what our program has to offer for you.
Okay, sounds good.
My first thing that I brought to your attention was our program's features. I told you that this program offers ways of keeping the plants as safe as possible so they can be as productive as possible during your planting season. The benefit of this program is that it offers seed treatment and applied chemicals through the entire season to maximize production as much as possible. That was when I showed you the chart on our website.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so the second thing that I brought to your attention was, although our initial startup costs are very high compared to our competitors, in the long run, it will be very beneficial to you to use this program because of the high yields, which will lead to high profits that you obtain per acre with this program. I also showed you the illustration on this right here.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Great. Mr. Bullock, so with this offer, we will be giving you the program to help you get your higher yields. We did talk about the high initial cost, but I explained to you how it will definitely help you out in the long run for profitability. So, Mr. Bullock, if you buy this product today, I will provide you with free shipping of the chemicals and deferred payment costs until your first harvest.
Awesome, that sounds great.
So, Mr. Bullock, would you like to make a purchase today of what we have gone over?
Yeah, definitely. I would really appreciate it. Shipping costs would be a big burden off for me. And also the fact that you're willing to defer costs until my first harvest is great.
Yes, sir. We tend to cater to our customers' needs, Mr. Bullard. Well, I'm very happy that we will be doing business together and look forward to see what the future has in store for us when you expand your operations.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Come in. Hey!
Mr. Bullard, great to
How's it
see you
going?
again.
Good to see you too.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
So I hear you guys are coming to the end of your harvest. How did everything go?
Oh, great, man. It's the best harvest we've had in years.
That's what I like to hear. So the program worked out well?
Oh, definitely. Been great customer service, easy to use on the computer program, all that stuff.
Outstanding. How's kid doing?
Great, great.
Still
Back in
doing
the rodeo.
rodeo?
Yep, for sure.
Win any lately?
No, well, he's had a rough run here the last few times, but he'll get better.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad everything went well. Just wanted to follow up and see how everything was going.
Oh yeah, it's been great. Hope to help you on next season.
Yes, sir. Outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.